The State University of New York, Upstate Medical University, College of Health Professions is happy to welcome you to our commencement ceremony. Today, we are part of a proud tradition in medicine, nursing, and the health sciences. Today, we share your joy and pride. As a courtesy to your neighbors, please turn off or silence any cell phones or pagers that you might have. And now, please rise as we introduce the Upstate graduates of the year 2014. The procession is led by Chief Faculty Marshal, Ms. Carrie Green Donnelly. Student Marshal, Melissa Aubin. And followed by the College of Health Professions flag bearer, Ann Riley. Academic officers and honored guests include Dr. Wanda Thompson, Senior Vice President for Operations, Dr. Lynn Cleary, Vice President for Academic Affairs and Senior Associate Dean for Education, Dr. Barbara Resnick, Honorary Degree Recipient and Distinguished Speaker, Dr. Julie Rawls-White, Dean, Student Affairs, Ms. Ann Riley, Student Speaker, Ms. Amelia Weimer, Student Speaker, Ms. Joan O'Brien, Senior Associate Dean, College of Health Professions, Ms. Susan Graham, Associate Dean, College of Health Professions, Ms. Josephine Presbiora, President, College of Health Professions Alumni Association, Dr. Dale Avers, Chair, Council of the Faculty Organization, Dr. Hugh Bonner, Dean, College of Health Professions, and Dr. Gregory Eastwood, Interim President, Upstate Medical University. Ms. Monica Morante will now sing the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
It is my pleasure to introduce Dr. Hugh W. Bonner, Dean and Professor, College of Health Professions.
Thank you very much. I get a lot of comments on my stick. I figured that if I need it, I'm flaunting it. So, I'd like to have everyone welcome the College of Health Professions class of 2014. We are about to see a number of massive changes to the healthcare system and the delivery of healthcare. Our faculty have prepared our students to meet the challenge and the changes that are going to occur in the future. Their curriculum has been based on evidence-based practice. They know how and where to get information as information changes. They're grounded in clinical reasoning, and they have melded throughout their educational process the idea of theory followed by practice in the laboratory, practice by application in the clinics. Over the past 15 years or so, I've been very involved in healthcare accreditation of educational programs. I've served on 4 national boards and reviewed probably hundreds of self-studies of programs and judge programs. I have had the opportunity to be a site visitor, not only for a number of the health professions, but for Middle States, the regional accrediting body, as well as the accrediting body for physical therapy. And the one thing that I have noticed over those years, I have seen a number of programs that are comparable to our programs. They're as good as our programs. I have never, in all that time, seen programs that exceed our programs, which I think is very, very important for everyone to recognize. Our students are well prepared. We have about a 90% graduation rate, so when the student comes, they graduate. Of our graduates, we have essentially 100% of the graduates pass the state and national certification and licensing exams, and they get jobs in their field. We do lose a few. A number of them go on to graduate school or medical school. We consider that to be a success as well. So we're very pleased with those individuals. The reason that we have been so successful is the faculty that we have in the College of Health Professions. I would like to take this opportunity to ask the faculty if you would please stand and remain standing for a second. These are a number of the faculty. We have, if you're a clinical, please remain standing. If you're a clinical faculty member in the audience, please stand up as well. Our faculty are chosen to be on the accrediting boards and the accrediting site visits programs. They are selected to be on the national curriculum design committees for their different professions. They are asked to be the item writers for the national examinations that are given to all graduates of their programs. They are always the ones who are the leaders in their own profession at the state and the national levels. They don't take people who are mediocre and ask them to be in these programs. They take nothing but the leaders, and I want to present to you the leaders of our professions. Thank you very much. Now, to give you a very quick overview of what the program will be, that will happen today, Dr. Eastwood, our president, will make a welcome. We will have 2 students who have been nominated by classmates to serve as speakers. We have 1 undergraduate speaker, Amelia Weimer, who is in our radiation therapy program, and we have Annie Riley, who is the a Doctor of Physical Therapy program. Annie, I think you have some fans out here. Annie is also the very first non-physician who has been elected to be the president of the student body here at Upstate. So you'll enjoy their conversations. At the end of the program, we are honored to have the honorary degree recipient, Dr. Barbara M. Resnick, who is an outstanding scholar, and I think you will be blown away by the comments that she will make at the end of the session. And before I move on and turn over the mic, I would like to introduce 3 people who are on the stage that are not involved in this process, but support us all by coming to every single one of the programs, the graduation ceremonies that are going on. Dr. Wanda Thompson, who is our please stand up. Senior Vice President. She's our Chief Operating Officer for the institution. She makes sure that the trains run on time and all the bells and whistles are clean. Wanda, thank you very much. I'd like to introduce Dr. Julie Rawls-White, who is our Dean of Students. She is involved in so many activities ranging from the helping students get funding to helping students get counseling and other types of services. And finally, I'd like to introduce Dr. Len Cleary, who's our Senior Vice President for Academic Affairs. Dr. Cleary coordinates all of the academic programs and is our link between Upstate and SUNY and State Ed. So thank you very much for supporting us every year and not getting recognized very often. So thank you very much.
It gives me great pleasure and honor to present Dr. Gregory Eastwood, Interim President of the State University of New York, Upstate Medical University.
Good morning. Welcome to the commencement exercises of the College of Health Professions. This is 2014, I know you all know that, but this is the 180th such exercise in a long tradition dating back to 1834. We date our history, trace our history back to the Geneva Medical Institute of Geneva, New York. So this is a long, distinguished tradition that we are celebrating. I've been thinking about commencement, clearly, as I've anticipated today over the last several weeks. I've thought about what commencement means. You probably could give a similar speech. It's that junction, that marvelous junction between the past and the future, the past that has included so much hard work by our graduates, not just at Upstate, but before that, and of course, the promise of the future to come. It also signifies, commencement does, explicitly our education mission, but also it implies the other things that we do so well at Upstate. We do research ranging from basic scientific research to clinical research, and of course we take care of patients and look after patients' welfare. So everything we do actually at Upstate is focused on the welfare of patients, focused on you if you come to our facilities. And that's a marvelous thing, our research, our education, and our patient care. This is a noble commitment to the welfare of patients, and I congratulate our graduates for committing themselves to it. So the only advice I have for the graduates today is to remain focused on that for as long as you live, because that will give you inspiration and help you get by some of the vexations that we all experience in life. So the degrees that the graduates will receive today, in one sense, are just letters. They're ink on paper and have little intrinsic value. But in another sense, as I said earlier, they're a marvelous promise for the future and to some extent, a token of what has happened over the several years here at Upstate. The graduates have been at the apex, at the front of this process of getting the degrees they will receive. But there have been many people who have been behind, shouting their encouragement, sometimes giving more tangible support, and in other ways supporting our graduates. And I'd like to recognize all of you who have been in that capacity. Would the parents of the graduates please stand so we can recognize you? Thank you. Well, Will the husbands and wives and other significant partners please rise? Will the children rise? I heard at least one child. Raise that kid up. Children, please rise so we can recognize you. Will the grandparents and great-grandparents, if there's anybody, please rise. Will the aunts, uncles, brothers, sisters, other, please rise. Anybody else? And finally, I'd like to recognize the faculty. You don't have to rise again. You'll be rising and sitting down. But I really appreciate the faculty for all that you do, and I know the graduates do too. So on behalf of the faculty and the staff and all of us at Upstate, I congratulate the graduates today. And we're extraordinarily proud of your achievements and how you will represent Upstate, and I wish you well. Thank you.
Amelia Weimer, a graduate in the radiation therapy program, has been invited to speak as the undergraduate student speaker. Will Ms. Weimer please come forward?
Good morning. Thank you everyone for coming. It's so good to see you all here. There's a lot more people in here now than it was like before, but anyways. All right, so in the days leading up to commencement, I was really mulling over what to talk about today, and it was a little challenging because as a student speaker, the college really doesn't give you any stipulation about what to talk about. They really give you pretty much full reign. And I know there are definitely a lot of things that I could say that would illustrate how unique this school is. One thing I could say is I could stand up here and talk about how competitive we are. I could say that only 146 people out of over 1,060 who applied were accepted to the College of Health Professions, class of 2014. Woohoo! I could tell you that in my program alone, we are required to have a minimum of 1,750 hands-on clinical hours required before we graduate. Let me tell you, that's a lot of time to spend in scrubs of only one color. But in the end, I decided I wouldn't bore you guys with too many statistics because I know that you are all aware of these or at least similar others that illustrate how unique and how special we are. However, one thing you might not know about Upstate involves the faculty here. That is because on top of the excellent character and the credentials that each and every one of them possess, what they also possess is a heart for their students that I have not witnessed anywhere else. For them, I know that it is not just academic, it really is personal. I am privileged to be acquainted with not only the faculty members of the radiation therapy program, but also some that teach in the various other disciplines within the College of Health Professions as well. And it is because of that that I can say without reservation that they are some of the most phenomenal people I have ever known. For example, what other professors care about you enough that they allow you to totally invade their privacy and call their personal number at 10:30 at night when you're stressing out about a clinic rotation and you're having a midlife crisis and you really just need some advice? I mean, who lets you do that? Yes, I've done that before. Joan, I'm sorry. I'm sure you had better things to do at 10:30 at night, for example, sleeping. What other professors will stop their lecture and get the whole class to text that one unfortunate person who always happens to be running late that day? Trust me, when you're in a class of only 12 people, it's pretty much impossible to surreptitiously slink in the back when you're late. And furthermore, I have never been to an interview before or after my interview at Upstate in which one of the faculty members asked me to sing for them. Yes, sing in the interview. Elton, I see you laughing back there. I don't care what he says, I nailed that song, which is why I'm here today. just kidding, there was more than that. In short, I must extend my utmost gratitude to this group of incredible people who we all love so dearly, we think of as family, and who have led us on this wonderful journey. However, I know it is not just to them that we owe this day, but also to all of you who are in the audience with us. All the parents, the siblings, the spouses, the friends who, I know you guys have already been getting up and down, so I won't ask you to stand again, but without all of you, where would we be? I'm sure I speak for my fellow graduates when I say that you are our unsung heroes. You are the ones who celebrate us with our every success and our every victory, and you're there to pick us back up when we hit roadblocks and we're stressing out. For those of you who know me, my roadblocks are usually overcome with frozen yogurt on Marshall Street. But seriously, to all those who are here today, never doubt that your worth to us is immeasurable, because it truly is. And now to my friends and my colleagues who are graduating today, congratulations. I'm happy to say that over the last 2 years, I've gotten to know a lot of you, and I have friends in almost every division of the College of Health Professions, and that is something that I truly appreciate immensely. You know, many people don't even know exactly what a lot of you guys do in these various professions, and I feel very privileged that I've had a chance to learn about all these unique professions from all of you directly. I have only one small thing that I would wish to impart to you before I walk away from this podium, and it is this. In our society, we are pushed to be leaders in our field, to be people who can get out there and take charge, and that is a great aspiration. It is one that I have for myself as well. But with this goal, I strongly believe that we must all remember that those who wish to lead must first understand what it is to serve, to be a servant of others, giving of ourselves even when we have no apparent guarantee of recompense. I have found that if you give of yourselves unreservedly to those who you will meet in your fields who need it the most, make no mistake, it will definitely be given back to you with interest. Serving others in genuine selflessness is a source of true satisfaction that can never be taken away from you. I know that for all of you that are on this stage, you all have a heart for others, and it is this shared mindset that leads me to say that I am truly honored to call you all colleagues and fellow health professionals today. So congratulations, and thank you everyone for your patience.
Ann Riley, a graduate in the Doctoral of Physical Therapy program, has been invited to speak as the graduate student speaker. Will Ms. Riley please come forward?
Good morning and welcome. I'm honored to speak today on behalf of the class of 2014 as we mark the end of our educational experience at Upstate and celebrate our accomplishments together with our families, friends, faculty, and staff. I would like to start with a story about my 4-year-old nephew, Josiah. Josiah and I have spoken on the phone almost every day over the past 3 years while I've been in physical therapy school. Each day, he asks me about my day and tells me about his. Recently, my sister has been encouraging him to reflect on the best and worst parts of his day. One day on the phone, my sister asked him, "What was the best part of your day today?" He told me, "Ice skating." When she said, "What was the greatest challenge of your day today?" he said again with the same excitement, "Ice skating." When I asked him why, he said, "Because it was really, really hard. I fell down a lot, but it was also really fun and I can't wait to go back." That was the day of Josiah's first ice skating lesson. He has continued with his ice skating lessons, still falls down every time, gets back up, has fun, and continues to strive to do better the next time. I think that all of us can relate to the feeling of working to accomplish and overcome obstacles in order to achieve success in activities that we enjoy, whether it be learning to ice skate or earning a graduate degree. Each of us has had unique experiences leading up to today. We have all worked hard and faced many challenges along the way, including difficult written exams, standardized patient exams, projects, coursework, challenging clinical experiences, family emergencies, illness, and we've spent nights, days, and weekends in the health sciences library instead of with our family and friends. While experiencing these challenges, we may have felt like we had fallen down at times. However, everyone here today has found a way to continue to keep getting back up. Why is that? I believe it is passion. Just like my nephew was passionate about learning to ice skate even though it was difficult. Passion is defined as a strong feeling of enthusiasm or excitement for something or about doing something. Passion is the key to success. Looking back over time, the things that I started and didn't stick to were things that I was not passionate about. Passion is the force that empowers us to persevere through adversity and to keep putting forth our best effort, even if our desired results are not immediately achieved. Passion is what separates exceptional from acceptable, success from failure, and for us, a career from just a job. Healthcare can be a challenging field to work in, but it is the field that we have all chosen because we're passionate about what we do. All of us have worked extremely hard leading up to today, but commencement is only the beginning. I challenge you, classmates, as you develop as professionals, remain passionate in all that you do. Find a job that you love, concentrate in an area that excites you, and remain engaged in scholarly activities. As you take on the many challenges you will face throughout your careers, always remember why you chose this field. And the same days that you fall down can turn out to be the best days as well. Before I close, I want to take the opportunity to again thank all of our family members and friends who have supported us along the way. You have been patient and sacrificed so much so that we could pursue our careers that we're passionate about. In many ways, you have worked harder than we have so that we could be here today. To the faculty, staff, and administration, thank you for the outstanding educational and student life experience that you have provided us here at Upstate. Thank you, and congratulations, class of 2014.
The degrees from the College of Health Professions will now be conferred by President Eastwood. Dr. Hugh Bonner, Dean of the College of Health Professions, will present the recipients of the degrees in the College of Health Professions. Undergraduate students receiving academic honors have met the following grade point criteria: summa cum laude, 3.9 to 4.0; magna cum laude, 3.75 to 3.899; cum laude, 3.6 to 3.749. Joining Dr. Eastwood and Dr. Bonner in congratulating our graduates are the following department chairs. And if they could please rise as I read their name, that would be appreciated. Mr. Bruce Searles, Cardiovascular Perfusion. Ms. Susan Graham, Clinical Laboratory Sciences. Mr. David Clementi, Medical Imaging Sciences. Ms. Joan O'Brien, Radiation Therapy. And Mr. Joseph Sorbello, Respiratory Therapy.
Dr. Eastwood, as Dean of the College of Health Professions, I have the honor to present the recipients of the degrees Bachelor of Science and Bachelor of Professional Studies. With the completion of the curriculum, they have satisfied the requirements established by the faculty and have been recommended by the faculty for the conferration of this degree. Dr. Eastwood.
Will all candidates for the Bachelor of Science and Bachelor of Professional Studies degrees in the College of Health Professions please rise? By virtue of the authority vested in me by the trustees of the State University of New York, upon completion of all requirements, I confer upon you the degree Bachelor of Science or Bachelor of Professional Studies with all its rights, privileges, and obligations. Please come forward to be individually recognized and for induction into the College of Health Professions Alumni Association.
Okay, Mark Phillips, Cardiovascular Perfusion, Bachelor of Science. Christopher Piper, Cardiovascular Perfusion, Bachelor of Science. Laura Rigg, Cardiovascular Perfusion, Bachelor of Science. Academic Excellence Award, Jean Lang Excellence in Professionalism Award. Stephen Robertson, Cardiovascular Perfusion, Bachelor of Science, Clinical Excellence Award. Nick Rosecrans, Cardiovascular Perfusion, Bachelor of Science. Matthew Brady, Medical Technology, Bachelor of Science. Jamie Breen, Medical Technology, Bachelor of Science. Caitlin Brown, Medical Technology, Bachelor of Science. Molly Chalette, Medical Technology, Bachelor of Science. Catherine Cotton, Medical Technology, Bachelor of Science. Chelsea Donaldson, Medical Technology, Bachelor of Science. Jonathan Franceschini, Medical Technology, Bachelor of Science. Ian Hungarter, Medical Technology, Bachelor of Science. Courtney Ingeson, Medical Technology, Bachelor of Science, American Society for Clinical Pathology, Seaman Scholarship. Sarah Johnson, Medical Technology, Bachelor of Science. Robin LeClerc, Medical Technology, Bachelor of Science, American Society for Clinical Pathology, Seaman Scholarship. Molly Mosher, Medical Technology, Bachelor of Science, Rinker Robinson Memorial Scholarship. Victor Oakman, Medical Technology, Bachelor of Science. Tara Olin, Medical Biotechnology, Bachelor of Science. Alan Phillips, Medical Technology, Bachelor of Science. Nicholas Ryder, Medical Biotechnology, Bachelor of Science, Student Research Award. Matthew Sullivan, Medical Technology, Bachelor of Science. Amuche Akunemi, Medical Imaging Science, Bachelor of Science. Ahmed Basha, Bachelor of Science, cum laude. Todd Bellinger, Medical Imaging Sciences, Bachelor of Science. Ashley Corbin, Bachelor of Science, magna cum laude. Brooke-Ann Coticchio, Bachelor of Science, cum laude. Ashley Davidson, Medical Imaging Sciences, Bachelor of Science, Outstanding Academic Achievement Award. Taylor K. Deasy, Bachelor of Science, magna cum laude. Alexandro Delira, Bachelor of Science, magna cum laude, Medical Imaging Sciences. Irina Gonchar, Medical Imaging Sciences, Bachelor of Science. Kristen Guy, Medical Imaging Science, Bachelor of Science. Kimberly Hall, Medical Imaging Sciences, Bachelor of Science. Jill H. Jaglal, Bachelor of Science, summa cum laude. Ann Kirkwood, Medical Imaging Sciences, Bachelor of Science, summa cum laude. Jillian Lee Licari, Bachelor of Science, Medical Imaging Sciences, cum laude. Ashley Litterbrandt, Medical Imaging Sciences, Bachelor of Science. Chimechi Folam Onyema, Bachelor of Professional Studies, summa cum laude. Kristen Rose Quagliati, Bachelor of Science, magna cum laude. Stephanie Spinney, Bachelor of Science, Medical Imaging Sciences. Mark Slocum, Bachelor of Science, Medical Imaging Sciences. Beth Smithler, Bachelor of Science, cum laude, Medical Imaging Sciences. Jessica Thomas, Bachelor of Professional Studies, Medical Imaging Sciences, magna cum laude, Outstanding Academic Achievement Award. David Utt, Bachelor of Science, Medical Imaging Sciences, cum laude. Karina Vapisevich, sorry about that, summa cum laude, Medical Imaging Sciences. Kayla Van Wieren, Bachelor of Professional Studies, summa cum laude, Medical Imaging Sciences. Sophia Yatishin, Bachelor of Science, cum laude. Alex Ashley, Bachelor of Professional Studies, Radiation Therapy. Katie Berge, Bachelor of Science, summa cum laude, Radiation Therapy. Daniel Freeling, Bachelor of Science, Radiation Therapy. Chelsea Nicole Draffa, Bachelor of Science, summa cum laude. Brian Goodrich, Bachelor of Science, Radiation Therapy, cum laude. David Kemmerer, Bachelor of Science, Radiation Therapy. Mary E. Lewis, Bachelor of Professional Studies, summa cum laude, Radiation Therapy. Casey Lynn O'Keefe, Bachelor of Science, Radiation Therapy, cum laude. Lamia Sarai, Bachelor of Science, Radiation Therapy. Ira Jose Orozco, Bachelor of Professional Studies, Radiation Therapy. Sean Tilley, Bachelor of Science, magna cum laude. Amelia Weimar, Radiation Therapy, Bachelor of Science, Academic Achievement Award. Jeremy Andrews, Respiratory Care, Bachelor of Science, Outstanding Student Award, New York State Society for Respiratory Care, Central New York Chapter, Distinguished Student Award, Student Research Award. Amy Brandt, Bachelor of Science, magna cum laude, Lambda Beta National Honor Society for Respiratory Care. Christian Kea, Bachelor of Science, Respiratory Therapy. Jasmine Giles, Bachelor of Science. Alexi Gamuka, Bachelor of Science, summa cum laude, New York State for Respiratory Care, Central New York Chapter, Academic Achievement Award, Lambda Beta National Honor Society for Respiratory Care. Stephen Johnson, Bachelor of Science, magna cum laude, Lambda Beta National Honor Society for Respiratory Care, the John Bernard Henry, MD, Endowed Scholarship. Megan Klemsa, Bachelor of Science. Matthew Kopacki, Respiratory Care, Bachelor of Science. Christina Marks, Respiratory Care, Bachelor of Science. Christina Mazza, Bachelor of Science, cum laude, Lambda Beta National Honor Society for Respiratory Care. Jason Meany, Respiratory Care, Bachelor of Science, Community Service Award. Adlin Noel, Bachelor of Science, summa cum laude, New York State for Respiratory Care, Central New York Chapter, Academic Achievement Award, Lambda Beta National Honor Society for Respiratory Care, and Student Research Award. Saeed Salau Makanjula, Respiratory Care, Bachelor of Science. Lisa Ward, Bachelor of Science, magna cum laude, Clinical Practice Award, Lambda Beta National Honor Society for Respiratory Care. Ronisha Williams, Bachelor of Science, Respiratory Care. Natya Yatsula, Bachelor of Science, Respiratory Care.
Dr. Eastwood, as Dean of the College of Health Professions, I have the honor to present the recipients of the degree Master of Science. With the completion of the curriculum, they have been satisfied the requirements established by the faculty and have been recommended by the faculty for the conferring of this degree.
Will all candidates for the Master of Science degree in the College of Health Professions please rise? By virtue of the authority vested in me by the trustees of the State University of New York, upon completion of all requirements, I confer upon you the degree Master of Science with all its rights, privileges, and obligations. Please come forward to be individually recognized and for induction into the College of Health Professions Alumni Association.
Graduates in the Clinical Laboratory Sciences program are being hooded by Ms. Susan Graham. Graduates in the Physician Assistant program are being hooded by Ms. Sandra Banis and Dr. Thomas Wolf. Aluko Gift, Medical Technology, Master of Science, Medical Scholars. Amanda Alexis, Physician Assistant, Master of Science. Jenna Cole Wilkins, Physician Assistant, Master of Science. Ryan Connolly, Physician Assistant, Master of Science. Carol Connolly, Physician Assistant, Master of Science. Matthew Cook, Physician Assistant, Master of Science. Stacy Cook, Physician Assistant, Master of Science. Nicole Cortez, Physician Assistant, Master of Science. Sarah Epen, Physician Assistant, Master of Science. Rachel Given, Physician Assistant, Master of Science. Nicole Hensey, Physician Assistant, Master of Science. Elizabeth Johnson, Physician Assistant, Master of Science. Tabitha Jorgensen, Physician Assistant, Master of Science. Brooke Liming, Physician Assistant, Master of Science. Christopher Littman, Physician Assistant, Master of Science. Lucas Malawaki, Physician Assistant, Master of Science. Andrew McDowell, Physician Assistant, Master of Science, Outstanding Clinical Award. Joseph McGreevy, Physician Assistant, Master of Science. Joel Miller, Physician Assistant, Master of Science. Lauren Myers, Physician Assistant, Master of Science. Catherine Olafson, Physician Assistant, Master of Science. Kimberly Palmowski, Physician Assistant, Master of Science. Jennifer Quinn, Physician Assistant, Master of Science. Dipendra Shah, Physician Assistant, Master of Science. Elizabeth Schwankner, Physician Assistant, Master of Science. Caitlin Seymour, Physician Assistant, Master of Science. Megan Summers, Physician Assistant, Master of Science. Amanda Taylor, Physician Assistant, Master of Science. Caitlin Teeps, Physician Assistant, Master of Science. Megan Yuseva, Physician Assistant, Master of Science, Outstanding Academic Award. Shaname Victor, Physician Assistant, Master of Science. Chelsea Wallace, Physician Assistant, Master of Science. Jennifer White, Physician Assistant, Master of Science, Outstanding Clinical Award.
Dr. Eastwood, as Dean of the College of Health Professions, I have the honor to present the recipients of the degree Doctor of Physical Therapy. With the completion of the curriculum, they have satisfied the requirements established by the faculty and have been recommended by the faculty for the conferment of the degree Doctor of Physical Therapy.
Will all candidates for the Doctor of Physical Therapy degree in the College of Health Professions please rise? By virtue of the authority vested in me by the trustees of the State University of New York, upon completion of all requirements, I confer upon you the degree Doctor of Physical Therapy, with all its rights, privileges, and obligations. Please come forward to be individually recognized and for induction into the College of Health Professions Alumni Association.
Graduates in the Doctor of Physical Therapy program are being hooded by Dr. Avers and Dr. Adam Rufa. Dr. Jason Burrell. Dr. Sarah Blackman, New York State Physical Therapy Association Student Participation Award. Dr. Jessica Boughton. Dr. Kevin Brown. Dr. Leanne Brown, Academic Achievement Award, Michael P. Bohm Physical Therapy Practice Scholarship. Dr. Claire Shimura, Student Research Award. Dr. Danielle Korapi. Dr. Mindy Dan. Dr. Michael DeMeo. Dr. Julie Demahusky. Dr. Colleen Doyle. Dr. Christopher Ferrugio, Academic Achievement Award. Dr. Caroline Foisey. Dr. Audra Gehan, Student Research Award. Dr. Caitlin George. Dr. Samantha Guerra. Dr. Megan James. Dr. Colleen Kennedy. Dr. Anna King. Dr. Mary Coles. Dr. Caitlin Lamison, Clinical Excellence Award. Dr. Rachel Laufer. Dr. Jordan Nauthy, Student Research Award. Dr. Kristen Ottaviano. Dr. David Pacey. Dr. Allison Poach. Dr. Ann Riley, Professional Participation Award, Student Research Award, A. Gino Andreatta Student Affairs Award, College of Health Profession Dean's Outstanding Student Award. Dr. Eric Rickman. Dr. Grace Santano. Dr. Julie Sosenko. Dr. Matthew Tuttle. Dr. Jessica Zager. Dr. Monique Berg Spindelman. Dr. Amy DeBlois. Dr. Jacqueline DeWitt. Dr. Marie Francavilla. Dr. Sandra Jackson. Dr. Holly Meadows. Dr. Eileen Miller. Dr. Richard O'Brien. Dr. Nolan Rodriguez. Dr. Danielle Wheeler-Vickery. Dr. Jacqueline Wright.
The oath of the health professions, which is printed in your program, will be administered by Dale Avers, Associate Professor in the Doctor of Physical Therapy program and Chair of the Faculty Council. Will the graduates in the College of Health Professions please rise?
Graduates, if you'll please recite with me. In the presence of my colleagues, family, friends, and teachers, I proudly make this solemn vow. I will give to my teachers the respect and gratitude that is their due and share my knowledge with those who follow me. I will conduct myself with professional integrity, placing service to others before personal gain. I will treat all of my patients with empathy, being sensitive to their beliefs, values, and background, providing care equal in quality and compassion. I will honor the privacy of those seeking my help, using their healthcare information and that which they reveal in confidence solely to support their treatment. I will continuously strive to learn of the advancements in my field, embracing new techniques and technologies that will improve my patients' experience. I will recognize that each patient's care is provided by a team of professionals, and my responsibility to my patient and my colleagues is to uniformly honor this pledge without fail for the betterment of the patient and my profession. This I do swear freely and upon my honor as I commit myself to service through my profession. Congratulations.
Each year, the faculty of the College of Health Professions have the opportunity to nominate a student for the Dean's Outstanding Student Award. The award is given to a student who has combined academic excellence, outstanding campus and professional service, or some activities while they are matriculated as a student in the College of Health Professions. This year, we have selected Annie Riley from the Doctor of Physical Therapy program. Annie, please come forward. It is my honor to introduce our outstanding honoree this year who will be getting the honorary degree from Upstate Medical University. Dr. Barbara M. Resnick is the Sonia Zorkin Gershwitz Endowed Chair of Gerontology, and she is a clinical faculty member in the Roland Park Place Life Care Community. Dr. Resnick earned her Bachelor of Science in Nursing from the University of Connecticut, her Master of Science of Nursing from the University of Pennsylvania, and her PhD from University of Maryland at Baltimore, where she is currently on the faculty. Dr. Resnick has widespread research, primarily in the area of gerontology. She has a unique focus on older adults who are especially involved in regular exercise program. She is the past president of the American Geriatric Society. Dr. Resnick has published more than 200 manuscripts. She has published more than 7 books, a dozen book chapters, which include some of our own faculty here at Upstate Medical University, Dr. Dale Avers and Dr. Sharon Bragman. She has secured more than 50 funded grants, including NIH grants, National Institutes of Health grants. She reviews manuscripts and serves on numerous editorial boards. Please welcome our honored speaker, a true scholar, Dr. Barbara M. Resnick.
So, first of all, I well know at this point, I'm the only thing practically between you, the popping the champagne, lunch, and the celebration. So I promise it's short and sweet. I'm not sure how many of you graduates or the audience happened to see the blurb on Trite Future Tips for graduates in the Wired magazine. Any of the students seen that? You didn't have time to read any of that, right? Well, they had a great little game in there. Bingo cards, and the Wired magazine reviewed 86 graduation speeches from 2013, and what they did was they came up with the best 24 cliches, and then you got to put them on your bingo card and win. So I figured, let's just do it up front, get them out there, and then we can move on. So I'm gonna give you a few to make sure you guys win. It is a great, wonderful, enormous honor to be with you today. Here is the secret. Don't be afraid of failure. Be true to yourself. Good luck as you embark on the next phase of your life journey. This is the first day of the rest of your life. Follow your passion. Trust your heart. This is just the beginning. Never stop learning. Do good. And it goes on to do a lot more. So now that you've won, you've all won bingo, we can move on, and I promise no more cliches. Unfortunately, and I do truly say unfortunately, especially when I see all these PTs, X-ray technicians, physical PAs, I'm like drooling. We don't have all those disciplines at University of Maryland, and I'm just really sorry I haven't had the opportunity to meet with and work with you on your pass here. What I do know, though, is that you are entering healthcare, one of what I believe is the greatest and most rewarding professional endeavors, no matter what your area of focus. You're also entering this at a really amazing time. It's a time when we truly talk about teams and begin to think about the ways we're going to make teams optimize access to health and work together to assure quality of care. The focus is on patients these days. Believe it or not, for those of you who may be patients out there in the audience, you're probably scratching your heads. But that is our focus. And patient-focused care really has to be done realistically and in a cost-effective manner. So I have a dream, and I'm really hoping that as you move out into your professional lives, you guys are going to help me achieve that dream. I dream of the day when we're all playing together in a sandbox and not throwing sand at each other. I hope that while you are here, and I sort of heard that alluded to a little bit, I hope that while you were here, you learned about the expertise of the other members of the team, and that you now know what each discipline knows and how they can best take care of the patient and bring that to the bedside. I really hope that each one of you will be able to stand back and know who among all the disciplines is the best one to provide care, because we're a lot cross-trained, believe it or not. Even though each got up in their own disciplines, they all know faculty and have learned things across different areas. Sometimes, even if we have the expertise, we have to stand aside. So it's also a time you're stepping out there when healthcare is being done anywhere and everywhere. We have the opportunities now to work well beyond the walls of acute care. Healthcare is happening in nursing homes, assisted living. I hope you'll all consider that. That's my side plug for gerontology. It's also in minute clinics in your local targets, in pharmacies, local neighborhoods, and in home settings. And those are just a few examples. Increasingly, there's support and encouragement also to think before we leap in terms of the things that we're doing. And I really thought a lot about this when I thought about X-ray and radiology, because this is a big area. And I'm going to give you guys a little homework assignment. You really thought you were done, but you just stood up, promised on oath to be lifelong learners. So you are not done. So your homework assignment is to go online, and if you have not read about the Choosing Wisely campaign, and I encourage all of you in the audience are also lifelong learners, to go ahead and take a look at the Choosing Wisely campaign. This was a campaign that was established by the American Board of Internal Medicine to answer challenging care questions and help providers initiate discussions with patients so that we all know the right thing to do. Should I? Shouldn't I? What's the cost benefit? The ultimate goal is to be sure that patients and providers have the important conversations necessary to ensure that the right care is delivered at the right time. At this point in time, approximately 50 specialty societies have joined the campaign. As part of its ongoing efforts to assure safe, effective, and appropriate use of medical imaging, the American College of Radiology identified a list of 5 imaging exams whose necessity should be discussed before being ordered. This is a new way of thinking. Hopefully you have all been ingrained, but this is the world as we move forward. So, as you move into your professional lives, you're being asked to not only go out and provide care, but to do so in a cost-effective, high-quality manner. The challenge is really on, and I do wish for you all great success and look to you to help answer some of the problems, the questions, the challenges for Americans, and provide the best possible care, and at the same time, cure our healthcare system. So best of luck.
It is my pleasure to introduce Ms. Josie Presbiora, President of the College of Health Professions Alumni Association.
Well, good morning, and congratulations. What a great day. I was trying to decide how best to address all of you today, and I came across a commencement speech delivered by journalist Jonathan Kahn. He's the senior editor for the New Republic magazine. In his remarks, he described graduation speakers as mixed seasonal vegetables and said, when you go to a restaurant, you expect them to be on your plate, but they're not the reason you went there, and they're not what you remember about the meal. Well, I think the reason you came here today is to be recognized for completing your program of study that's going to allow you to practice in your chosen field. I'm sure what you will remember is going to be different for each and every one of you. It could be the handshake from the dean, the hug from a faculty member, or maybe a thumbs up from somebody that you didn't get to know very well but wants to acknowledge your success all the same. I'm here to offer you something to take home, and that is your membership in your alumni association. There's no dues. You get a pin. You don't have to attend meetings unless you're on the board, but it does offer you the opportunity to maintain a connection with your colleagues and also this institution here. I think it's a pretty sweet deal. Today, you are officially health professionals. Soon, very soon, you will be teachers and mentors. And I encourage you to look to the members of the Alumni Association for guidance as you assume these roles. Congratulations and enjoy the rest of your celebration.
Ladies and gentlemen, you will be very glad to hear that this is concluding the ceremony today. Before we finish, don't clap yet. Don't clap. We have plenty to clap about. You know, I would like to recognize the people who have made this possible again this year. I'd like to celebrate the buildings and grounds folks that have come in here and put everything together. I'd like to congratulate our marketing that has had put together and changed many, many times. The program that you're reading today as various things changed during the last few days. And I'd like to congratulate and thank Student Affairs for all the work that they've done. They have probably gotten in here about 6 o'clock this morning, have worked for the last 2 or 3 weeks getting this thing finalized, and then they will be here for 4 different ceremonies today. So thank you very much. We will conclude the ceremony with a reception at the campus activity building back on campus. We hope that you will all have a chance to come. All students will turn in their regalia at that location and pick up any awards that they will be given. I would like to ask that all of the families remain in your seats while the students and the faculty proceed out. You will have to meet your student in the back or outside of the building. Hopefully it's not raining, but we hope that you will join us then at the reception. So I'd like the faculty and the students of the class of 2014 to please stand. Congratulations, College of Health Professions, 2014 graduates of Upstate Medical University.